they welcome you with a piece of cake. So
This is the best character intro I've had in all my career. I've never had a better, with no spoilers, but this intro of my character is some of the best thing I've done.
I love that. Yay! Hi, Juan Pablo.
Hi, how you doing?
Good, and you? Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you again. I know. All the usual suspects.
I know, but it's always a pleasure to talk to you and to talk about this new character. You're always surprising us. I love you as the President Venegas in Freelance.
Yeah, that's funny.
Oh, anyway, I always like, yes. So let's talk about a little bit about Guapo and what got your attention when you read the script?
Well, Guapo, he is a little bit of a facilitator, right? He comes into the story in a point where our heroes, our protagonists, they need help to get into a specific place. So Guapo kind of holds the keys. What I like about Guapo is that he just comes in and out. There's nothing we need to know about him. So that gives me a lot of freedom. We kind of tell that he has a past with Frank Grillo's character, but we don't necessarily know what it is. So that is always fun. It gives you a lot of freedom. Now, just like that, that's the way the film kind of came into me, right? So they had been shooting some parts in Puerto Rico, and then they decided they wanted to shoot in Colombia, and then they started kind of casting this character. And then one of the producers in Colombia said, like, hey, why don't we call Juan Pablo and see if he's available? So it turns out that not only was I available, I was in Colombia. So it was like a done deal, you know? And action is an element where I feel very comfortable. I have military training, I have weapons training. So, it was kind of pretty much, it was like, hey, you want to do it? So I just kind of checked who John Swab was. I known Frank, of course. I had worked with Bo in the past. So it was pretty easy. It was like, this sounds fun. I'm gonna go and do this because it sounds fun.
Yes, and they welcome you with a piece of cake. So
this is the best character intro I've had in all my career. I've never had a better, with no spoilers, but this intro of my character is some of the best thing I've done.
I love that. I'm not gonna tell details, but the cake, yeah. I bet. What do you remember the flavor of the cake?
It was like vanilla cream.
Okay, that's good. That's a good one. And how is work with Frank Grillo and this dynamic? You guys are also like filming in a forest, which is kind of a day and night, jungle. And it was like it's a jungle. Yeah, not a forest.
The forest is a piece of cake.
Yeah, right.
Jungle. Look, Frank is a pro. It's a real pleasure to work with someone like Frank because Frank knows his career. He knows his audience. He knows everything that you need to know to put a film together, to shoot a film, to sell a film. So it's really one of these characters, he knows his way around. Like, he knows what's up. And it's a pleasure. It's a real pleasure because you know exactly what you're in for, right? So he's an absolute professional, on set. He knows exactly what he wants from the film. He knows how to deliver it. So it's a pleasure to watch him work. It's great.
Yeah. And the jungle is kind of very not easy, right? For you.
Listen, I shot in the jungle, in the same jungle, by the way, Venegas, which has, a 3-piece suit, white. So this was a walk in the park.
Yes, imagine that. Oh my God, the same jungle. Wow, that's terrible. Yeah. And you said that you have a lot of freedom with this character. But how was developing together with John Swab, the director?
Listen, John, I had never met him before. I certainly hope we get to collaborate a lot more. He has complete control of the set, of the story, of the visual. Like, he knows what he wants, but he is not closed ever to anything you have to say about it. So we could improvise, we could bring him ideas. If something was we were not, in syncing with something, like we would talk about it, we would figure a way out. He's one of these guys. He's really a collaborator. He really, really brings that energy to set every day. Like, okay, this is what I'm thinking. How to make it better? You have an idea for this. All right, let's go for it. Let's try. And so that's really refreshing.
Amazing. And if your character Guapo has to describe the movie in one or two words for me, what he would say to me?
Well, here's the deal. I haven't watched the movie. That means that Guapo hasn't watched the movie.
Oh.
So all I can tell you is where Guapo comes into play. And where Guapo comes into play, I would say that it's sexy and it's dangerous.
Yeah, and it's a piece of cake.
It's a piece of vanilla cake.
Love that. And aside from this project, because I don't want to spoil to people, like they need to watch it, go and watch it. What else you're working on? Any new projects that you have on deck right now that you can talk about?
We recently premiered on MGM Plus in the US, Hotel Cocaine. Now it's going to be premiered in Latin America and Spain, September 26th. I have a horror film coming out. It's called The Whistler. I did with Diane Guerrero. And then I have a show in Spain called Olympia. One in Chile, a small role in La Casa de los Espíritus, the House of Spirits, from very famous Chilean author Isabel Allende. And with Netflix, I did something called Delirio, which is a show based on a very well-known novel from Laura Restrepo.
Wow, there's a lot of new projects coming out.
It was a very busy year, and I also just launched a podcast to talk about mental health.
Oh, that's amazing! Where we can find the podcast? What's the name?
It's on YouTube, Spotify. It's called Los Hombres Si Lloran, Men Cry.
Yeah, and why did you guys want to do that? Like,
because of my own kind of navigating my own midlife crisis. And kind of asking questions and wanting to know a little bit more and wanting to know about other people's experiences. So I kind of just open away a platform where we can talk. That's it. Like, we can express our feelings and be vulnerable between, amongst ourselves. And I just think it's something, the healing process needs a lot of conversation. So that's why I did it.
That's amazing. I'm gonna check it out. So, Juan Pablo, yes, I just want to thank you so much for your time. Muitas gracias. Muito obrigada. A lot of
Muito
success.
obrigado, beleza. Tá
beleza, tudo bem.
Tudo bem.
And I see you on the next one. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Bye.
If you like to support or continue to support Jana on Camera, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share the videos.